Hey everybody, Koosemose here, back again with Last Dream. We have made it to what I assume is the Elven capital city. I've got someone looking over. Okay, am I in the city or is this like a pre-area? Okay, so not much of a city here it looks like. Just the castle? That's a little strange, I feel. Maybe that's just me. Well, this seems suspicious. Ah. It was, in fact, suspicious. Excellent. I like suspicious. Another thing of note, I did a lot of grinding because, hey, I enjoy playing the game and I can't really go through the storyline. So I've got to level 125. We have Battle of Wits. That sounds fun. Let's make certain we arm that. Got so many things I've barely even tried. Goodness. Mind Drain, Mass Life Drain, Fast Cure. That's pretty useful to keep around. Mana Surge. Hellfire's gone badly for me, and I've got so many things I don't really care about. So we'll put that there. I want all of his abilities. Like, I don't know what to do with him. Field Medic. Fast heal entire party for 750 HP in battle. That's very nice. And do you have a spot for that? Yes, you do. I feel like I should sort this, but that's not fun, is it? All attacks first. Yes, that is probably what I want. I hope that's what I want. Another Battle of Wits. So it's user int minus target int. That's... oh, let's make certain he equips that. And somewhere down here, yes. There it is, way up here. Very strange. Alright. So, now, I mean, that makes me kind of want to search around here. There's an elf up on the walls I'd like to talk to. Not certain how big this place will be. There's a whole lot of... I mean, there's a whole lot of building for just it being one big building, right? Especially peaceful up here, don't you think? Can you feel the slight breeze from the south, or hear the song of the gulls over the lake? No, you humans lead such short lives that you rarely sit and appreciate nature around you. You have the look of someone who lives a life of action and is constantly on the move. I received this treasure map from a goblin seeking shelter here in Valundra. I've kept it under the illusion that I would someday travel to the destination, but I know deep in my heart that I have no interest in such a journey. Please take the map. May it aid you in your travels. Why, thank you, sir. Even though you had to preface it with being kind of an arse face. But that's standard elvishness. Elvish? Elvis? No, not Elvis. That's ludicrous. Okay, can we go anywhere here? Nope. A lot of kind of less than obvious areas. And this obviously goes somewhere. What do you have to say? Life is dull guarding a supposedly monster-infested den. Who knows what's really infested anymore, though? No one's been down there in centuries. Can I go? Where do you think you're going? Access to Valundra catacombs is prohibited. I'm tempted to threaten, but no. Are you going to stand here all day? Yes? No. Okay. So that's a thing. And that's obviously something there. Ah, is this their sacred tree? Yeah, we'll go ahead and save here. I am fine with that. And yes, the sacred tree treasure. I'm a little annoyed that I can't wrap around there. Not sure how I feel about like little plants like this being blockers. I don't really feel like they should be. Alright, so a lot of stuff hidden around here. I'm going to... like, I don't think I saw anybody along this wall. I could be mistaken, but... yeah, we're A-okay. Alright, so... we're going to start off from the right. I don't know if this all connects together. Let's look around and see if it seems to. Yeah, it looks that way. So this would be the... alright, alright. Yeah, I wasted a lot of time just running across this place, but it's fine. The truest warrior strives for the respect of his enemies. Not his village. Interesting. Let's go down, because usually downs aren't that big of a thing. Ooh. Clock is rusted away. Enter? Yes. Oh, what? A mimic! Well, Sir Mimic, you are not long for this world. I imagine. Got the mimic scanned. And he punches himself. I mean, I probably didn't really need to do it that route. But it's fine. Is there more stuff down here, I wonder? No. Alright, so, we'll check that afterwards. And, like, could be nothing but mimics in the jail. No, it's not. Okay. So, let us see what else is in the jail. Nothing there. I mean, I'm not that worried about if we do get more mimics, but I prefer this stuff. Actually, I wonder if I get treasure-style loot for mimics. I didn't actually look at what they drop. Ooh, blue chest. Mimic chest, emerge. Now, you know what? You, sir. That's way overblowing it. Was that the effect of the throat slit? I've never used it on a non-boss because it's ridiculous damage. It's very strange, but okay. I forgot to look, darn it. Ooh, sapphire robe. Anybody want to wear that? You've got the rejuvenating, which is based on emerald. I need to craft some stuff for Sid because he gets better bonuses from wearing crafted armor. Crafted anything? Or is it all technically armor? I think it's any equipment. So, it definitely would behoove me to try to craft some more stuff. I mean, the only problem with doing this is I have to actually... It's utterly ridiculous doing that, but... I mean, is it somehow guaranteed to kill? I thought it was supposed to be just a chance, but... 2 times I've had some reasonable cause to use it. And that goes somewhere. This is a very large place, isn't it? What a huge dungeon. Black hole bomb, okay. So does this go back up? Yes, it is. Okay, basement, east wing. And the other sign that I forgot to look at probably was west wing. Okay, got a thing going on here. What is... Ah, Thieves Guild. The Flundering Authority are too scared to even come down here, so we needn't hide. It's very different than Westonia, where the guards are constantly searching for the command center. You have the look of someone who's picked a few pockets. I dare say you're the type who would jump at the opportunity to make some extra coin at the cost of some unwitting stooge. I have my eye on several rare items that will fetch a fine price on the black market. I'll split the profit with you if you pick them up for me. As someone with a questionable conscience, you might think of taking the items for yourself, but you'll never fence them without my connections. Are you interested in helping me? Yes. Excellent, let's not waste time then. There are 3 items that I have my eye on, 1 each in North Bay, Grimoire, and Westonia. Okay, let us see about writing that down real quick. Alright, got those written down. What do I steal? First item is something hidden in plain sight. It's come to my attention that a teapot used by the Royal Elven family, or the Elven Royal family, is popped up in the kitchen of the North Bay Inn. And we have next, making price. Strange people out there are paying exorbitant price to drink tea from the same pot as royals. Second item is a bust of a king. I don't really care who. And that is in Grimoire, that's all we know. As you know, the rich will pay insane prices for one-of-a-kind pieces of art. This bust is as rare as they come. Such a price that would allow a less ambitious man than myself to retire. Third and final will be the most difficult. Rare magical tech, the Necrolibellus. Westonia Library. Alright, so that's what we have to steal. The Westonian guards will be upon you in an instant if there's even a hint of impropriety. With the greater risk comes a greater reward. It may fetch over 1,000,000 gold. Return the items to me when you've gathered them. Sure. There are a total of 4 thieves' hideouts within the grand cities of Firma. From the west to east, there's Rockwood, Volundra, Estonia, and Grimlar. And, well, we can't get to Rockwood, so 3. Okay. I wonder if that's my 3 thieves' quests. Makes sense. The first thieves' hideout began at Theopolis, but a recent crackdown in Orphos closed the original hideout. Many thieves dream of opening another hideout under the noses of Theopolis City Council. Nothing to steal, really? I have a Voldra. Cool. And you, sir, welcome to the underbelly of Volundra. Would you like to use our connections to raise your London levels? Very low. No, thank you. I am a master thief. I'll never get caught. That's kind of an interesting section. Now I want to go back to the area that I came from, so I don't get turned around and confused. Wasn't one of these keep going and I decided to skip it, or am I just completely confused here? Ah, yes. Okay, I thought one of these. Oh, a giant gaping void that I cannot see the other side of. Well, that seems a little curious, doesn't it? Anyways, what is this? Basement, West Wing. Okay, as I suspected. I mean, it's fairly obvious suspicion, right? Armor shop. I'll say it better me no talk. Talk to them. So I try be quiet. Then they ask where treasure is and me say nothing. They get angry and say talk. Long have we elves been the masters of thaumaturgical energies, but more recently, the magical laboratories in Westonians have shown some promise. Guided by us, humans have shown a hunger for magical knowledge. Perhaps their ambitions will revitalize elven research. Perhaps? Or perhaps we shall surpass them. Queen has requested that you have access to our store of ruby robes, cloaks, and hats. Interesting. Do I have... Let's get a hat. And we'll get more if we need it. And this is... Fine ruby bows and staffs. Okay, I just want to make certain I have at least one of each. That's... Oh, of course it's better attack. Just so I can build stuff with them, right? If I have anything to build. Volundra item shop, I mean, I've got plenty, right? Well, it's a few more, right? Don't care about those. I would like to go and... I did not mean to buy that many. Whoops. My bad. Anyways, do we have somewhere here? There's guards barracks. No synthesis here? Rockwood was destroyed by an army of malicious agents that will not answer to reason. To think otherwise is insanity. I agree. Critique of the trials of Lord Gyros. Salazar fails to understand his subject and his audience, rendering a confused tome about no one for no one. That's the guy whose armor we were trying to find but couldn't. Interesting. Avalanche bomb, what about you, sir? The elves shall rout this renegade army back to the sneaking hole from which it emerged. They threaten us at their peril. I don't know about that, buddy. You seem to have absolutely no knowledge of what's going on other than there was an attack. My best friend is an elf. As the years pass, I recognize that entire decades are like months to him. Considering how different we are, I'm surprised we have anything meaningful to talk about. Most elves regard me as strange because my best friend is a human. Admittedly, I initially regarded humans as just dangerous pets, not unlike goblins. To my delight, I have found humans to be capable of true companionship. That leaves just the elusive dwarves. It seems no one ever discusses them. It does seem that way. Even the dwarves barely discuss the dwarves. Oh, goblin, hello. Me come here to ask elf what is best way to protect all goblin. Me remember elf are old, so they must know how to stay safe no matter what. Me come to Volundra and elf teaching me much history. Well, that is a very noble pursuit, sir. But I still want a synthesis shop. Or at least more stuff to steal. Large SP orb, I'll take it. Now, I wonder why we only can buy some types of equipment. That is very peculiar to me. The only remarkable element of Sailtil's biography is that he requires 73 volumes to say nothing. Sailtil's tone alters jarringly, and the central subject, Lord Gyros, is often sidelined for scattered analysis of the author's own feigned personal struggles. What revolting rubbish. Immediate magic potion, well, that's just such a tiny one. Barely even worth the effort of carrying it. Okay, and you, sir. Survivors of these trying times will have a duty to ensure our children don't repeat our generation's mistakes. We must prevent vengeance from seizing the hearts of those who fight today, so it does not affect how future generations view their neighbors. And you miss? The pestilence that has struck the sacred goblin tree presents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to better understand the network of trees of life throughout Firma. I'm counting the seconds until my escort detail arrives from Westonia. The parchment is short to say about the symbiosis between the sacred goblin tree and the goblin people themselves. So that's another person talking about... I wonder if that's someone else's class quest. Because that's the second thing we've seen about waiting for guards from Westonia. Or escorts, rather, bodyguards. Although it was several centuries ago, I often think about my friend who was lost during the construction of the North Aldrin Tower. I managed to become stranded in the tundra to the north of North Aldrin Tower, but I made my way back only to find that my friend had set out in search of me. He disappeared, and just when I was ready to venture north, the construction was completed and everyone was ordered back to Valundra. Someone told me that he had already returned to Valundra, and I was struck by a decision that has haunted me to this day. Return to Valundra hoping that he was here, or make sure he was not stranded. Alas, when we arrived back, I searched the halls of Valundra, only to find that he had never returned. He must have died centuries ago in the wasteland north of the tower. The guilt kept me from venturing back to North Aldrin and searching for him. Only in recent years have I overcome that guilt, but now I'm simply too old. I wish I could let go of these feelings, but when I think that they have withered and died in the winter of my life, they bloom once again. If only I could see his face once again. I wonder if that, I feel like that's one of those things, like, something strange will happen involving that. Not sure, though. An otherwise reluctant army will march ever forward if the generals behind them threaten torture. Thus, perhaps something worse than mere death drives this unbidden force. Me no understand, Elf. They no say much when they talk to me. Me ask them to say again, but they get angry and no talk rest of day. Me try to learn what elves know, so Goblin can know too. I've heard that the Mercenaries Guild is looking for a bartender for their new kit. The thought of supporting the guild by once again returning to my true passion of bartending is overwhelming. Would you consider escorting me to the camp? Yeah, sure. Thank you, I feel as if I'm 100 years old again. Oh, to be young again. Elven bartender, excellent. Want a drink? Liquor? Wow, your liquor is expensive. Let's drink it. Okay. Tonics? I think I'm full up on these. What is the one that I only have 9 of that? I might want a little bit more of that. As long as I've got a few, right? Let's go for that many. It's a pretty good one. Let's get a few more. I have none of... I don't really care about the preemption. Bubble might be good. Surge, I don't know. Mega Eagle Eye. Oh, Ultras, hey? Let's get a little of that. A few of those. Not even looking at what I'm buying, I'm just buying things. Did I talk to you? Yes, I did. And you, miss? A heavy hand in response to the Rockwood travesty will prompt retaliation and a cycle of vengeance that could last for generations. Unless it's just a purely evil army. Have I talked to you? Yes, I have. Okay. So apparently you don't have a synthesis shop. How rude. Alright, how about everything else? Do you have things I can steal at least, Miss Cook? Please don't tell the royal chef, but I dearly miss the old one. I felt as if every meal was a masterpiece when working with the previous chef. I know that the current chef will learn, but he's still so clumsy and lacks so much knowledge compared to his predecessor. Alright. Did I try to take anything here? East kitchen, so there's a west kitchen presumably. It's not so bad living with the elves. Walking along these ancient hallways appeals to the history buff in me. Okay, and we've got a bit more. Ooh, a balcony. Let's check that out here in a moment. I was fortunate to recently encounter a member of the World Council. Unfortunately, I was starstruck and failed to prefer some pertinent question. Alas, there is nothing more stable than the August World Council, and I shall have another chance. Fortunately, the victory chance of an army fresh from destroying Rockwood boils the blood of humans, prompting humans and not us elves to dive into war. How rude. Oh, I did not even see you, sir. Let me take your stuff, and then I'll talk to you. Anything else? Okay, fine. Even by elven standards, I am too old to fight. Goblins and some humans mistakenly take us for immortals, or perhaps eternally young. Well, I dispel that particular myth, wouldn't you say? Which makes me wonder. Elves have oft contemplated the immortality of the enigmatic veneer. Perhaps each new race dreams up myths for the prior races, eh? No one and no thing is immortal. It's an interesting theory. I don't know if it's correct, but it is certainly a theory and it is interesting. Here we go. Is there a spot lower down where I can go out in the balcony? That seems like a floor lower. But it's... Interesting. Spoken to you. How about you, sir? Seems that the more we involve ourselves in the affair of the young races, the worse things become. Contain a beautifully rendered landscape. Awesome. Do they contain anything for me to steal? Mwahaha. Ooh. Empty fireplace. This has been my home for a long time, but I don't know how much longer that status will last. My grandson explored much of the world to find a safe place for me to retire. He said this is the best place I could possibly call home, and so far it has been. Okay. Books? Oh, no books, but we'll play the piano. It's amazing, I just happen to play the piano. It actually would kind of... yes, stop playing. It would kind of amuse me in one of these kind of games like play the piano. Yes, gong, 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 gong. I don't recognize your party, which doesn't bode well for your longevity. If you want to live to be memorable, take this advice from me. Fighting intelligently is more important than building your muscles. How about fighting both? You want to see what I can do, buddy? See if you remember that. Well, that's... interesting. I am very confused by this layout. What? Did that just loop me around, I guess? Okay, fine. Place is freaking huge. I gotcha. And book. Walking class preventing you from opening it. It will be difficult to convince the elves to mobilize armed forces in response to Rockwood's destruction. Although the elves are supremely capable in battle, their small numbers understandably discourage a direct confrontation. And how about this? Critique of the trial Lord Jose. If Selethil has a point in all this biographical mess, he refuses to let the reader know. Ouch. And so that... where would this be again? Okay, so it's back to the first floor, right? So bloody winding and confusing. They also have magnificent maps of Holdra, but they haven't been updated in thousands of years. I was able to freely acquire these ancient maps from the Royal London Library. I am particularly interested in the Sarno Mine to the southeast, and yet getting information on that location from any elf is practically impossible. Every elf has been quite friendly until I mention the name Sarno. Instantly they retreat within themselves and refuse to offer any more information. I traveled through the tundra to the mine, but it's very securely locked. What the hell were they hiding? I think that was where I did one of my missions, my Grey Mage mission, maybe? My nobility stems from my relatively brief critique, saving you from Selethil's monotonous 73 volumes. Respond to my literary criticism, Sellathil. Your proud silence renders your abysmal writing more grotesque. Damn. It's a freaking author battle. It amounts to this. Sellathil's writings comprise a breathtaking catalog of self-praise disguised as their humble reporting of a greater man. I dare say Sellathil believes himself above Lord Gyros. Only Sellathil can eviscerate the potential of a pyramid of quill pens into a bland tome. Me talk to elf for all goblin everywhere. Me tell them that showing is better than talking, but they no come with me to see Goblin Clan. They even say me should listen to them, not talk. Me wait and hope they let me show them Hobgar after they'd done talking. Draft a speech for the king. Okay. Now this is the one we came out, so it should loop to the right. Yeah, okay. Starting to get the hang of this. Even among elves, Moa taming is a dying tradition. I've spent the last decade wandering Firma to find all the remaining Moa forests. While sailing between Ugbar and Urfos, I heard the cries of a Moa in the distance. I was never able to find the source, though. The Moas are such majestic creatures. I must see them all before I leave this world. Between Ugbar and Orphos. So, can I look at my map right now? Okay, there we go. So, this is Orphos, and that's Ugbar, right? So, here is something. How do I get there? I don't know right now. Either have to have a boat capable of going on the Blues Bits and landing not at a dock, or something that flies. Has our long struggle to educate the younger races made any meaningful difference on Firma? Sadly, I think even careful elven statecraft is easily discarded when a remote tribe of barbarians runs out of food. Jeez. How rude, these elves. But they shall learn, oh, they shall learn, and they shall rue the day. Yesterday, as I went about my normal daily routine, I saw numbers throughout the day that on any other day looked completely normal, but yesterday they glowed a peculiar red. After seeing all 8 numbers, I knew that they were meant to be combined in a specific order. 04, 02, 1980. What could they possibly mean, and where did I put my pencil? Or my pen, rather. Where are we? Valundra. So I need my page with, there we go. Valundra. And again, that is 04, 02, 1980. Alrighty then. What could it possibly mean? It's a fine question, isn't it? Have I been checking these rooms? Obviously not this one. Humans foolishly crave to record their names in the annals of heroic myth, and they view war as their surest ticket. So listen here, my dear heroes. There's not one damn thing about war worth glorifying. No, oh, good lord, nope. Nope, right out there. Okay, we've seen that. Is there anything from here I have to steal? I don't think so. Aha, here's how we get up here. Grab ourselves a giant potion. And nothing else. Okay. Goodness, this place is much larger than I expected. A mysterious army. Verily, I tell you, such mystery begets instability, which begets bloodshed. Contrary to the countless letters by esteemed writers, I am not jealous of the honorable and accomplished adventures of Sellathil. I just think, in my deeply educated appraisal, that his writing stinks. And we already seen that one, because sometimes they're a little weird on how they repeat, and I get confused how we spoke to you. Alpha asked me if Goblin finally learned to respect personal property. I said the Goblin share with other Goblin. No thieving. No arguing. Elf no understand. They look at me funny and back away with their hand over pocket. Alright, there's stairs up. West Kitchen. Finally made it. At last, I'm finally the Royal Valundran chef. I honed my craft for over a century, only to be chosen a few years ago as the new royal chef when the previous appointee passed away. My appointment was long overdue. The poor residents here had to endure the prior shaft for centuries. So that they kept him until his very death, and characterized my appointment as necessitated by an emergency. I'm going to guess you kind of suck. At least the assistant cook person thought so, to some degree, or at least you don't know much. And, well, you think you're way better than you are. Anyways, I helped organize an event for the children of Theopolis. I sent emissaries there to educate the young ones on wilderness, survival, mathematics, philosophy, architecture, and the like. At the time, it was merely a goodwill gesture. Now I fear the survival training will be relevant beyond all other lessons. Okay. And money. So let's see how high this tower goes. Oh good, not too high. And books. Soldier's Journal. Nope. Or Soldier's Journal. Sorry if you're interested in that. Buy the game and play through and read it yourself, because that is a lot of books and I will completely lose any thread of the conversation by the time we get through all of it. So wait, so that goes up and down. Okay. Very confusing layout. That's fine. Ooh, a supple bow. That sounds lovely. Well then what's down here? Aha. A goblin with resurrection elixir for me. Me thankful that Valendra gave free home to me. You want to learn magic from elves, so come here. Learning hard and slow, but me get better. Where are you a refugee from, precisely, might I ask? Okay, so if that is a separate tower, that means I want to go all the way back to the other side, not here. All the way back to the other side. And I wish I could go faster, but I can't. And find the stairs here. Somewhere here. There we go. And speak to whoever's here. Hello. The engineering laboratories in Westonia are making amazing strides in several technological areas. It's primarily an alliance between human and elven scientists, but dwarves and goblins are invited to participate. I've heard that one ambitious scientist is attempting to recreate the teleportation device that allows travel to the Westonian floating fortress. Can you imagine the implications if we could reproduce that technology? Instantaneous passage anywhere on Firmo. Okay. That also reminds me, I was getting stuff for the... I've got, what, I think 2 of the pieces of the radar. Where's my last piece? I'll have to check my notes for that. I mean, unless it's in this city, I'm not going to find it right now. The elves are truly gracious hosts. For as long as I can remember, they have offered free room and board to any visitor without hesitation. It saddens me that Theopolis cannot say the same. I mean, you gotta do what you can afford. And elves kind of have, like, the premium space. Ooh, chest. Okay. So, more chests. Yes, thank you. I don't see anything up there, so... Right, of course, there's down space as well. Let's clear that out. And see if there's anything up in this section. No, there's not. And just to be absolutely sure there's not, like, somehow something hidden. I don't know if that's the thing that they do here. This way. Alright, so again, back down. And now to the central staircase. Will I finally make my way back to the royals? Or to the royal? One of the royals, anyways. The queen, I presume, is here, right? Oh, boy. Okay. Anything up here? Nothing here, and nothing there. Okay. Let me in, please and thank you. Let's check the left first. Autobiography of Solathil. Alas, as history now knows, Lord Jaros was both powerful in conviction and brilliant in mind, yet gravely frail in body. Ah, boy. The elves have something valuable locked up tight in a tower dating back to the Great Wars. It's not on any of the elven maps. It was only a coincidence that I found it during my travels. Where is it? Why do you want to know? I'm not telling you. You'll steal my treasure. How rude. And yes, I will steal it if I can find it. Letting from citizens around Holder asking the king for items ranging from don't care. I've already found the random numbers, budgetary information for the city of Lundra, and written letter from Queen Elan to King Anor. How sweet. It's going to be a lot of... not going to read all those again. I can see that you're familiar with the ways of synthesis. Have you ever heard of Essence of the Phoenix? I think I have several. Many believe it's a myth, but I believe that I know the secrets to its creation. Rarely you'll find a potion brewer skilled enough to create a resurrection elixir. I believe that by mixing the ashes of a phoenix with a resurrection elixir, the mythical essence of the phoenix might be created. Please take the recipe for Essence of the Phoenix. If you ever find the required ingredients, please return to me. I'd love to prove my theory. Amazing, you found both phoenix ashes and a resurrection elixir? Elixir? Goodness. Would you give them to me? I'd like to test my synthesis theory. Yeah, sure. The essence of the phoenix is more than I had hoped for. Since you brought me the ingredients, I'll allow you to retain the essence of the phoenix. I'm content simply proving my theory. I'd be happy to create more essences of the phoenixes for a small price if you find more ingredients. Now, let's see how many I have. I have 5. I mean, I don't really need these. I've got some fish to do the job, but just in case, you never know. What is this anyways? West Library. So is this the East Library? Yes, it is. More Solithal. The ideological debate concerning the elven response to Rockwood is important, because it will determine the funds vanquished from our coffers. I shall propose that we charge the humans advantageous interest. Anything else would be irresponsible. How nice of you. I've heard of your exploits as a guild hunter. You'll need extraordinary tracking abilities to find the beast that's lurking in the forest to the south of Valundra. Vile rodents are ubiquitous in the Holdra forest, but recently they have begun acting oddly. They have been particularly active in southern Holdra. I have reliable reports that state that a gigantic rat, protected by a swarm of vile rodents, has been spotted south of Valundra. Okay, let me write this down real quick. Okay, and I've dubbed the creature the Rat King, based on the old children's tales with a description of a similar beast. I would not take this beast lightly. The vile rodents that protect the Rat King will swarm anything that comes near it. If you can trap the Rat King alone, that is your only hope. Good luck in your hunting. Will this be a creature on the map, or do we have to do something weird to get it to happen? I have no idea. And I am very interested in finding out. Okay, so we are presumably outside of the throne room where we get to meet with Queen. I think we'll do that in the next episode so we can start everything nice and fresh, head to an adventure, and see how things go. So, I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and let me know what you think in the comments. But, until next time, catch you later.